Success shaming. Michael McLean, noblebook.com, badassletter.com. On a calm, beautiful morning at the lake, just heading out with my pal Clifford for 15,000 steps to get the day started. Beautiful sunshine, fresh air, nature, solitude, golden gut, and time with my creator. So, the concept of success shaming. This is a concept that I have to give credit to my friend Dan Leonis, the mastermind behind the Einstein Blueprint. And it's something that it's a concept that I have used through 22 years of coaching and through 31 years of entrepreneurial experience. I never really knew what to call it. But success shaming is the perfect term. And this is a very unpopular, controversial term in today's world of cupcake parents. Cupcake parents that produce snowflake children and snowflake teenagers and snowflake adult children. So success shaming is the concept of letting your child, your teenager, your adult child know that another child, another competitor is kicking their ass. And this could be in school, this could be in math, this could be in chess, this could be in tennis, this could be in entrepreneurship. Anything that is competitive, you're bringing to the attention to your child or your teenager or your adult child that somebody is wiping the floor with them. And I have used this concept, this controversial concept. It's only controversial in 2022, where we're soft, and we're producing soft children and young adults and teenagers. I've used this concept for a number of years to win championships and to drive businesses to 2x, 5x, 10x, 25x improvements. And it's probably the most effective way to motivate and inspire other winners. I've used success shaming with all of my hockey teams. I've always been a Bill Parcells, Pat Riley, Scotty Bowman, Bill Belichick kind of leader. I believe that clear is kind. I believe that unclear is unkind. I attract athletes that want to win championships. And like the great Doc Rivers says, average players want to be left alone. Good players, very good players want to be coached, and outstanding, cleaner, championship badass kings, they want to be told the truth. So average, left alone, good, be coached, and the best of the best want the truth. The Michael Jordans of the world want the truth. The Sidney Crosbys of the world want the truth. The Tiger Woods of the world want the truth. The Federers, the Nadals, you just go through the list. And the same in business. The best of the best, the cleaners, the ballers, the closers, the rainmakers, the badass millionaires and billionaires, they want the truth. And success shaming is all about providing people with the truth. Clear is kind. I remember coaching my last team, my 2019 Perth Blue Wing Barclay Cup champions. And one of the things that we filled that locker room with young men that had thick skin. They wanted to get better. They wanted to be told the truth. And because of that, we were able to communicate quickly. We were able to change on the fly. We were able to fight through adversity. And we were able to win. There was no politics. There was no fluff. There was no any of this nonsense that leads to losing, because this group of young men wanted to be told the truth. And I used to show on video all the time. We'd have video sessions each week, and let's say we had a difficult game, we lost to an inferior opponent. What I would use in a lot of my video sessions is to go one by one through the team, especially with our leadership group. We had 4 captains, and I would show specific shifts on the video screen. We had a 16-foot video screen in our locker room, and I would show plays of, this is not acceptable body language. This is not, like, what are you selling to the competition? Your body language, your attitude, congratulating other teammates, all this kind of stuff. And we would just drive this into the heads of our players. And we could see through the year where you're holding them accountable, not just standing up in front of them and saying, you need to play better, or that wasn't a great play, or that was a mistake, but showing it through video. It's just like a picture is worth 1,000 words, and it truly is. Just like, look at the way you're taking the ice. Look at the low energy you have. Look at the body language that you're giving off. What the hell are you selling? Are you selling that you're tired? Are you selling that you're ready to go? Are you selling that you're relentless? Or are you selling that you're being beat? And we used to videotape the kids coming in, the way they were dressed. Sometimes we would show videos of how they're dressed heading into the arena. We would show videos of how they take the ice. We'd show videos of how they warm up. We'd take videos of how they look after we score a goal. We'd show videos about how they look, their body language after we got scored on, and just constantly using that concept of success shaming. Okay, you're getting your ass kicked because of this. You're not getting your ass kicked because of lack of ability. You're not getting your ass kicked because of lack of talent. You're losing because you're choosing to lose, and then emphasizing those things to our athletes. And I use success shaming in my agency, McLean Insurance, to become the #1 agency for 7 consecutive years in the country. And I did it by what I call public recognition. All sales, we had the big white sales boards, the dry erase boards in every single office. Everybody's sales were listed in black and white ink every day. You knew if you were first, second, third, or fourth. If you were on our sales team, you knew if somebody was wiping the floor with you. You knew if you were getting kicked and humiliated by somebody that month. And then, of course, we made them even more public by emailing the results every day, every week, every month, and all throughout the year. And public recognition, whether negative or positive, automatically increases performance, automatically. So we did the same thing for our service team. Because, Michael, people in the service, they're not motivated by success shaming. They're not motivated by public recognition. That's just 100% BS. So what we did is we had goals for the receptionist to capture this number of emails, to capture this number of cell phones, to capture this number of mailing addresses, and we had the whiteboards for that. So, you have a situation where Ann's #1, Tracy's #2, Carrie's #3. But then the next month it could be Carrie's #1, Tracy's #2, and Ann's #3. And it's interesting, in 17 years in the insurance business of success shaming and public recognition, to get the desired results we wanted out of our particular people, we would set the 2 or 3 goals, and then we'd make it public on the boards. In 17 consecutive years in the insurance business, never, ever once did we have a person finish last 2 months in a row. Not once. Not our receptionist team, not our service team, not our sales team. We had a lot of people that finished first all the time. You're always going to have that. But we didn't have one single team member that finished last. Tell me success shaming doesn't work. You've never won anything before. You've got to hold people, as human beings, we're naturally lazy. We're naturally comfortable. and what success shaming does and public recognition does, and bringing to the attention of our children and our employees and personally ourselves that somebody is kicking our ass, then that just automatically increases performance. It wakes us up and it makes us become better and improve. And that's what being a human being is all about. It's okay to sit there. The really popular thing now on social media and with all the pretend gurus and all the wet behind the ears experts is, well, you need to become the best version of yourself. That's success. Well, that's not new. I mean, we've been talking about that for 200 years. But here's the thing. To become the best version of yourself for your son, your daughter, your wife, your employees, for you to have any chance of becoming the best version of yourself, well, guess what? You have to hold yourself accountable, and you have to hold the people that are in your world accountable. And nothing does that better than success shaming. There's nothing better than holding people accountable public. Is it tough? Yes. Is it harsh? Yes. Is it unpopular? Yes. Is it, get them off the lawn, Tom? Those ducks every morning. Actually, they're geese. I don't really know. I'm not much of a bird guy. So another huge secret when it comes to success shaming is putting our children or putting ourselves in an environment where you're going to get your ass kicked. And this is great when you have a situation where, you know, you're number one or in your area, or you're a big fish in a small pond, or you're the founder, CEO, and the boss, so nobody's holding your feet to the fire. Nobody's holding you accountable because, you know, you're the king in your world. A great thing to do is to put yourself or to put your children or your teenagers into environments where they're automatically going to be humbled. This is an incredible thing for personal growth. And once again, it's the opposite of what we're doing for our children today. It's the absolute off. We're hiding them from failure. We're protecting them from adversity. We're protecting them from competition. Like, I don't even want my daughter anywhere near any sports now that are participation. I mean, I want a basket. I want a ball in a basket. I want a puck in a net. I want, you know, that horse jumping over that jump. I want something. I want a scoreboard. And if not, I don't want my kid near any of that stuff where everybody gets the participation trophies, and I don't want any of that. So it's amazing. Chess is one of these games where you see this a lot. And Dan told me about his son, who has a 2,000 level chess ranking right now. So I don't even know what that is. It just means that he's an outstanding chess player. So John is 17 now, Dan's son John. So when he was younger, you know, he would be wiping the floor with everybody in chess at his age. There was no competition. He's number one, right? State champion kind of thing. So when Dan would see that John is no longer being challenged, he's no longer being pushed, he's no longer getting better and scaling, he would take him to New York City. And, you know, you see those photos of all the chess games set up in the park. And he would take him to New York City, and he would take him to these parks where the grandmasters, some of the grandmasters sit and play. And he would take a couple of days, and he would take his son into New York City, and he would play chess against some of the best players in the city. So what happened? He would get his butt kicked, and I mean kicked. There's some grandmasters that play in there. There's, you know, some wise old-timer players. And he would see strategies and techniques that he wasn't familiar with. And as a 7-year-old, a 8-year-old, when he was 12 years old, he would come back home humbled and better. Humbled and better. So a big part of success shaming is putting ourselves and the people that we love in environments where we're going to get our ass kicked. When I went to my first insurance marketing conference way back in 2004, I walked into this ballroom in Chicago and I was like, oh my God, I don't belong here. I don't know anything about direct response marketing. I don't know about anything about the insurance business. And here I'm surrounded with people that are, selling millions of dollars of home insurance, car insurance. They've got websites, they've got flyers, they've got postcards, they've got social media accounts, they've got, email responders, they've got all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't know any of this stuff. And these people have been in the business longer than me. I don't even have an insurance license. So completely uncomfortable. So I had to get comfortable getting uncomfortable. But that first seminar, I was like, I returned home humbled. I was like, I had just got out of the hockey coaching business, and I thought that I knew everything about marketing. I thought I knew everything about business. And by going to Chicago, I learned that I didn't really know anything and that I had to start at the bottom and get better. So 1 year later, I won Marketer of the Year for that particular organization, Michael Jans's excellent insurance profit systems. And it just shows you in 12 months what you can do, how much you can learn, how much you can grow when you're humbled. But that was a total example of success shaming for me. I went there thinking, this isn't going to be difficult. And I remember on the plane ride home, I'm sitting there going, I need to get my ass in gear. These guys and these gals are making me look like it's amateur hour. So once again, putting myself in an environment where I'm like, I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail. And in these cases, failure is winning. Winning, you're learning so much. With my daughter, Emery, I'm just constantly, she's got good self-image. She has good self-esteem, but you can't build those things. You can't build those things unless you tear it down first. So you can't build self-esteem by pats on the back and attaboys and all this stuff. You have to constantly, consistently tear it down so you can build it back up. That's how you build a muscle. That's how you build a muscle. You don't build a muscle by, just all positive patting on the back. You build real self-esteem in your children and in yourself by tearing it down and building it back up. Once again, that's just, most of the cupcake parents like, whoa, I could never criticize my child. I could never introduce adversity into my child's life. I could never have my child lose. And consequently, you have all these snowflake children that are off to universities and colleges, and they don't have the ability to lose. And that way, and consequently, they don't have the ability to win as well. Tom Burns, my good neighbor, badass jewelry store entrepreneur. Hang on, Clifford. You got lots of energy this morning. Hang on, bud. He gave Emery a book. Hey, and the title of the book last weekend is, come here, bud. Come here. Here you go. Here you go. Nice. Nice. There we go. Yeah. All right, boy. Okay. And the book is called, called Brave is the New Pretty. Brave is the New Pretty. And it's a book about girl power in this particular case. And it's stories, of course, throughout it, the Williams sisters and you know, Amelia Earhart, all the incredible, incredible women throughout history. Brave is the new pretty. And it's basically, it looks a lot like my book that I'm reading right now, which is called Badass Parenting. Believe it or not, there's this amazing book out called Badass Parenting. And this author has a great name, Badass, for it. So that's what I'm consuming right now. But it's about challenging, it's about expecting more. And when our kids are arrogant or they think they're better than they are, there's nothing better than the concept and principle of success shaming. I've never seen anything that dials a person back in better than showing them that they're getting their ass kicked by one of their friends or associates or you name it. With the Blue Wings, I was constantly talking about, you know, the Castleman Vikings, the 5-time champions, when we were chasing them for our first championship. I would constantly say, you know, look at that power play, or look at that penalty killing, or we'd have a leading scorer in our team and they'd have a leading scorer. And I'd walk by in practice the next night and say, well, you know, Tremblay had 6 points last night to our guy. Tremblay had 6 points last night. And those little things are great motivators for your athletes. So then all of a sudden I'd notice that our player in practice was, you know, doubled down on focus, doubled down on effort, doubled down on inspiration, just little things like that. And you think that, you know, you think Sidney Crosby doesn't follow what Connor McDavid does on a night-to-night basis. You think that Sidney Crosby doesn't know what Nathan McKinnon does on a night-to-night basis. You think that Michael Jordan didn't know what was going on with his direct competitors. You think LeBron James doesn't follow what Steph Curry's doing. It just goes on and on. How about Gates and Jobs? I mean, Gates didn't take him serious. He lent him money to keep his company going. And then they became serious badass rivals. You don't think those two were watching each other? You don't think those two were inspiring and motivating each other? You don't think that getting your ass wiped, getting your ass kicked in something doesn't inspire and motivate? Success shaming is one of the most powerful concepts I've ever used personally, and now I use it with my daughter as well. I promote running your own race 99% of the time. Run your own race, and 99% of the time, make sure you're focusing on you, you know, becoming the best version of you, which we talked about. But that 1% of the time where you say, you know what? She's better than you because she works harder than you. She's better than you because she works harder than you. And then see where that goes. And that'll dial back in focus. That business is better than us because they work harder than us. That kind of thing. And see where that goes. So that's it for today. Talking about the power of association, the power of putting yourself in an environment where you're gonna fail. I've got a brand new 5-star mastermind for champions only. BadassChampion.com. You can learn about it below. You can apply, fill out the form, 3 to 4 questions. It's expensive, $50,000. I want to get rid of the pretenders. I want to get rid of the excuse makers. I want to get rid of the cupcakes and snowflakes. And I want to fill my mastermind with 15 men, the best of the best. I want guys in there that are willing to fail. I want guys in there that want to take their business, their life, their marketing, everything to an all-time new level. So if you're interested in applying, it's certainly not everybody's cup of Earl Grey, but you can apply at BadassChampion.com. That's it for today. Please do what I do every single day. Most important thing I do as a husband and father is tell my wife Krista and my daughter Emery how much I love them and how much they mean to me every single day. Absolutely critical. The most important people in our lives are standing right in front of us. More important than any business deal, more important than any text or phone call, more important than anything else in this world. There are loved ones who are right in front of us. They won't know how much they mean to you unless you make it a priority every day to let them know. Could be a simple phone call, could be a hug, could be a note left in the bathroom mirror, but most importantly, to tell them and hug them in person every single day. That's it. 2 words that change my life and 2 words that'll change your life. Be relentless.